from the WDWL TV multiplex, live from Grumpy's studio. We bring you with great anticipation the grumpy old man, me, and the grumpy vulture. Take your bow. Very nice, very nice. Back in your corner. There you go. Look at the camera. Okay. Greetings, friends. Yeah, so far I'm talking to myself. What else is new? This microphone. Oh, I see the problem. What the hell's going on here tonight? Damn cable's stuck. How the hell did that happen? Hang on, folks. I'm having cables all confuculated here. There we go. There was nobody to hang on anyway. Look at this. All right. Do we have it adjusted finally? I don't know how them cables got all screwed up. I think the vulture was messing with my microphone. Yeah, it was no big deal. I could have started the show late. Here I was worried about getting the show started on time. And there's nobody here. See, Nomad, that's what happens when you're not here. The whole crowd gets scared off. They're like, Nomad's not there. We're not going to join the show. Although, it looks like it did before I had 73 subscribers. 000. I even did a little rearranging with the studio sign. Although I see I got to move it a little bit the other way. Well, you get the WDWL, but no TV. That's all right. I'll leave it where it's at. When I had it up higher, the studio light was glaring off the sign. Now there's still a little bit of glare, but I'm going to leave it right where it's at. Boy, it's strange not seeing a chat. Especially since I did that fancy neon. For some reason, the chat's not popping. I have one person here, but my chat's not showing on my screen. Oh, now what the hell happened? I can't wait till, well, that could be part of the computer. It's not showing up. Oh, that's scary. It's not showing up. I'm not getting no neon, no chat. Oh, God, what did I do? I really didn't do nothing. I thought I had the chat locked in. It's not showing up on the screen. If anybody out there's chatting, I'm not seeing you for some reason. I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, God, never a dull moment. Jesus Christ, something got to go haywire. Oh, here goes the tablet. It's going to play the intro again. Jesus. Nobody's even near it. And the tablet just starts playing on its own. I know. I've been saying I'm going to get the other tablet going. I've had other things on my mind. Look! All right. The chat's working. It scared me for a minute. I was like, ay. What did I do? Roll call. Jenny's here. Kathy's here. No nomad tonight. He emailed me. He's got to do something like work. That's what he told me. He has to work. That sucks when you have to work. But got to go out there and earn them bucks or pounds. You beat me to it, Jenny. Yeah, it sucks to be sick. It really does. Because you have no motivation to do anything. At least I know if I'm sick, I mean, yeah, I got to get out of bed. But I don't want to get out of bed. And then I just drag. And I hate days like that. Oh, going through chemo. Oh, shit. I didn't want to fucking breathe, let alone get out of bed. Holy shit. Because I knew if I moved, I knew where I would end up. And I did not want my face in that porcelain receptacle. And then I can't remember what I had so goddamn every 3 years I went to. I think it was the last year, which would have been 2 years ago. My last bit of that wonderful, a wonderful chemical they inject in your body. The nurse said, "We have a new." It sounded like some goddamn commercial on TV. "We have a new and improved chemo." I was like, oh, really? Yeah, this one won't make you sick. I was like, well, about time, Jesus Christ. Guess who got sick? Yeah, she told me, she goes, oh, like maybe 1 out of every 50 patients. Guess who was number 50? That didn't work. I'll tell you what. You literally want to die going through chemo. You know, they try to keep you happy. They say, It is the most hellish shit on earth. First of all, you know, with me having trypanophobia, there's part of the problem. You know, they jam 2 garden hoses in your hands, 20 gauge needles. I don't know if they make them any bigger, but they felt like fucking garden hoses. Although I did have a good chemo nurse. She was gentle, but still. And then, you know, they wheel in the pumps. Here we go. Multicolored bags of liquid hanging. And then, you know, the chemo nurse comes in from the pharmacy in a fucking moon suit. And a gown, you know, gloves up to here. You know, booties. Big face mask, goggles. I'll never forget when she told me. I said, "What's with the garb here?" She goes, "What? These chemicals are toxic. They'll burn the skin right off your body." I'm like, "Wow!" And you're gonna stick that in me? She was like, "Oh, it doesn't act that way in your veins." Oh, gee, thanks. That's a relaxing thought. You're in this big safety moon suit, injecting it in both hands so you can get it in faster. And then, leave it, it's always my luck. The day after chemo, this wasn't going to be the subject of the show, but we'll get to the subject of the show. The day after chemo, you have to go for a Neulasta injection. Now, Neulasta basically jumpstarts your bone marrow to start producing, red blood cells. Because chemo wipes them out. They leave town. They pack a suitcase and they're off to Britain. Luckily, the Neulasta needle is like an insulin needle. It's really tiny. All you feel is a little pinprick. The day after you get the injection, the Neulasta kicks in. And it literally makes you feel like every bone in your body is stretching. You don't want to fucking breathe. Of course, after my last chemo, what did they come out with? A Neulasta patch. Yeah. A patch. Well, it looks like, I'll use this for an example. It looks like this. It's not exactly a patch. It's a little plastic gizmo. And it over 72 hours, it infuses. So you don't get that, oh, my bones are stretching. That comes out after. Something to look forward to, I guess. Oh, we don't want to think of that. So, believe me, I feel sorry for you being sick. Of course, you're not as sick as what I was, but it just, it kicks your ass. You don't want to get up at, you don't want to do nothing. And then nobody in the family is sympathetic. It's like, Mom, what's for dinner? What do you mean make it myself? What? I'll go to McDonald's. Okay, see ya. Oh, I hate these cheap goddamn 6 for $1 lighters. I should just go back to my Zippo. God, I haven't used my Zippo and, well, I know why. Yeah, I need flints. I think I'll put that on the shopping list. Flints. So I can use my Zippo again. I got good news today. Now, when I ordered my computer, it wasn't supposed to be here until next week. I get an email. Now, mind you, I ordered this thing 2 days ago. I get an email. It's coming tomorrow. I was like, whoa, that's 2 in a row. I got the chair early. Now I'm getting the computer early. The only problem is I can't hook the computer up until I get the KVM switch. That's all right. I can do a little rearranging. And then I go to print something out today. Printer out of ink. So I was going to run up to Staples. And then I was like, well, why should I run up to Staples? I can get it delivered. So I go in. What? Goddamn computer ink is like doubled in price. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I went on my usual eBay. I found, and I should have thought of this because I used them once before. There is a site. I don't know what the story is behind it, but they sell open box. Now, anybody that gets an ink cartridge knows that when you open the box, the cartridge is sealed in a little plastic envelope. Well, something happens to the boxes. So you get the little plastic envelope. Regular HP printer ink. I don't need a box. We're killing another tree anyway with the cardboard. So I go into Staples, a black ink in a box. $30. I go in my eBay my eBay seller, no box, $13.99 and free shipping. I was like, order. I don't need a cardboard box. As long as it's sealed in that envelope, who cares? $30. The last time I bought ink from Staples, it was like 17. $30. And then, I've known the manager at Staples for a long time. I'll go in the store, and he makes a big thing like, whoa! Lightning struck in the parking lot. Grumpy's here. And I told him, the reason I very rarely come in here is your prices are so fucking expensive. I said, you're blowing customers away. And very rarely do I go in there because they deliver. And if it's over a certain dollar amount, it's free. And then, I don't know how much you order online. Recently, when you get to checkout, tip for delivery person. I gotta tip the delivery person? Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, it's optional, but yeah, tip. I like, Jesus Christ. Bad enough I gotta tip the pizza guy if I get it delivered. Now you gotta tip your delivery person. And I've seen it several different places. I'm not tipping my delivery person unless I'm too lazy to drive up and pick up a pizza. And then I will tip the pizza guy if I get that pizza and it's still hot. If it ain't hot, have a nice day. They build it into the goddamn bill anyway. The only thing is, when it's built into the bill, it's taxable. Money in the hand, if you don't report it, which what delivery person in his right mind would say, oh, look at this, I got a $20 tip on that delivery. No. I have a friend who only delivers on Super Bowl Sunday. His friend owns the pizza shop, and of course, they need extra drivers because Super Bowl Sunday. This year, he made $300 in tips on Super Bowl Sunday. One delivery day. He said, halftime, people are throwing money at you. Here, especially if their team is winning. Yeah. Did he report it? No. I wouldn't report it either. Yes, well, sometime chemo works. Now, with me, every 3 years it seems like there's another tumor growing or some shit. Although, I recently went through my battery of glow-in-the-dark testing, X-rays, CT, MRI. It came out, okay. I like when my oncologist goes, I won't see you for 6 months. Have a nice day. Okay. And like my last appointment, was my 6-month appointment. He was like, you're good to go. No problem. See you in 6 months. See you, doc. It's those office visits when the doctor goes, you and I need to talk. I know what you're going to talk about. Well, so far, so good. Going on 3 years. Every 3 years I get this shit. No, going on 3 years. Remission. We're good. High five. So, sometime it works. Sometime it gives you a little more time. If they tell you it's going to give you more time, a lot of times I would think, it ain't worth all the bullshit. Now, if they tell you, it's going to give you 5, 6, 7 years, okay. But if the doctor tells you, well, you'll get 7, 8 months, ain't worth it. That's me. If he said, hey, it's going to give you 7, 8 months, I'd say, well, I'll see you in 6 months and we'll see what's going on. I put a topic up, and boy, do I go south, don't I? I have noticed delivery people, now, not my UPS man and my letter carrier. Those two are primo. FedEx, I could kick him in the nuts. Although, I think we got a new driver. I really do. Tomorrow, I will be waiting to see if it's a new driver delivering my computer, because the other UPS guy, UPS, FedEx. Oh, no. Sorry, UPS man. My UPS man is golden. I'll tell you how good this guy is. One day I left the lights on in my truck. He comes up and he knocks on the door. Hey, I was driving by. You left your lights on in the truck. Really? So I go out and I shut him off. Then he says to me, do you lock the truck? I said, who'd steal this shitbox? No. All right, where's the light switch? So I showed him. He goes, you ever leave the lights on again, I'll shut them off. He gets a little gift at Christmas. Shh, don't tell nobody. They're not supposed to accept gifts. But the FedEx guy, on my front door, I have literally 8 signs that say, delivery to side door. Not him. He'll throw it on the porch. Lazy ass. But now they have to send you a picture. So I get a picture of my package on the front porch. And you call FedEx, and they give you this bullshit. We really can't do anything. What do you mean you can't do anything? Well, see, they buy the route. When they buy the route, they are not a FedEx employee. So they can do what they want. I mean, they might tell him, hey, you had a customer complaint. They can't do anything. They can't reprimand him. They can't give him time off. They can't write him up. Now, there are some delivery routes that are company. Not my FedEx man. So he can do what he wants. And of course he can't read, because all the signs that are on the front door that say, no deliveries here, deliveries, side door. And then, here's how anal I am. I have a milk chute. Everybody's like, what? Back years ago, 30s, 40s, 50s, they build a house, and it's like a little cabinet. It's next to your side door, and it's got a door on the outside and a door on the inside, and it's about 12 by 12 by, about 6 inches deep. It was for milk. Back in the day, when we had a milkman, he'd open the little door, put the milk in. We also had a bread delivery. Not everybody had a bread delivery. We had a bakery that would deliver. You could get a fresh loaf of bread every day. But mainly it was for a milkman. Well, I have a mail chute, a letter box. That's what they call them over across the pond, a letter box, on the front of my house. When I moved in, I asked my letter carrier, hey, would you have a problem putting my mail in the milk chute? No. Okay. I have a sign under my milk chute that said, and it's got all the logos, UPS, USPS, FedEx, DHL, leave packages here. Everybody will leave packages here, except the FedEx man. Oh, don't you like that? And if he bought the route, you couldn't complain. It would fall on deaf ears. You called FedEx, they'd say, hey, sorry. I think we have a new man. Because all my FedEx packages have been at the side door, like the delivery of my GT racing chair. I actually expected to see it laying against the steps, but nope, it was outside the door. Now we'll see tomorrow when the computer comes. If the computer's at the side door, we have a new delivery guy. I guarantee it. But delivery people have now got this I don't give a damn attitude. And they don't double check anything. Perfect example. Today, I get my new washer. They call. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Okay. They get here. Driver comes up. He goes, I have to take your door off. Okay, it's 3 pins. No problem. He takes the door off. They propped open the storm door. And they're coming in with the washer. Now I'm standing outside because I'm holding the storm door. And I look. And I said, did Home Depot do a switch? Did they run out of LG washers? Or I didn't say LG washers. I said, did they do a switch? Was the washer I ordered out of stock? And the guy goes, well, why? I said, well, that's a Whirlpool. I ordered an LG. And the other delivery guy goes, whoops. Whoops. They take the washer back out to the street, put it back in the box, go on the truck, pull out my LG washer and unbox it. Had I not been paying attention, they would have put that washer in my basement. And if I didn't pay attention, I'd have had to call them back and say, hey, I got the wrong washing machine. Luckily, I caught it before it went in the house. Then, the driver tells me, we're running behind. Can you quickly sign the delivery receipt? Then he don't have a pen. Do you have a pen? Yes, I have a pocket full of fucking pens. I signed the receipt, and out the door they go. Well, they did put my side door back on. So, I am really anal about all my paperwork. I make copies of everything. I file. I got a cabinet full of shit over here. I look at the delivery receipt. On top of the delivery receipt, it says Whirlpool. I look at the consigned to. That's the customer. Thomas Harris. On a different street and a different phone number. And then I look down and it says Maytag Range. I didn't even get the right paperwork. I not only almost got the wrong washer, I got somebody else's delivery receipt. So I called Homeless Depot and I said, I got the wrong paperwork. Can we get the driver to bring my paperwork? So the guy from Homeless Depot says, hold on, I'll do a 3-way call. So he gets the driver. And the driver said, oh, I'm already on my next delivery. You can get a duplicate copy from the warehouse. So I'm getting a duplicate delivery receipt from the warehouse. I don't know who got mine, but this one ain't mine. I wonder if Thomas Harris happened to get my receipt. Of course, knowing they tried to deliver the wrong washer, I should have actually read this before I signed it. So then I said to him, well, what about Mr. Harris's paperwork? Oh, just throw it away. We'll print another one. So I'm going to throw Mr. Harris's paperwork. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it in sections and use it for scratch paper. But yeah, I almost got the wrong washer. And then I get the wrong delivery paperwork. And the guy at Homeless Depot was like, well, it don't make that big a difference. Yes, it does. Because it would be my luck. Something will go fucking haywire with my new washer and they'll say, we need a copy of your delivery paperwork. I don't have any. Oh, sorry. Then it would be like me fighting with Square Trade again. Neither one of these guys paid attention to anything. They grabbed the wrong washer. And, you know, there was a possibility I could have had this wrong washer hooked up. And then discovered, whoa. But see, I didn't want it hooked up. I told them, now, I have platforms that are 18 inches off the floor because basements here in a severe storm get water. Water and electrical appliances don't like one another. So I told the guy, just take the old washer off the platform and put it over there. Take my new LG, put it on the platform. That's it. I'll hook it up. Which made him happy because then he could, you know, get the hell out of here faster. I will hook the washer up after I read the manual. Since it's a brand new bullshit push button, this, that, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I hook the water line. Big deal. You know, they charge you $59. You hook up 2 water lines, you run the drain, and you plug it in. Whoa, that was hard. Now, if they're delivering to a little old lady, okay. Me, just put it there. I'll hook it up when I'm ready. But it's sad nowadays. You got to watch everybody like a hawk. In a way, I wish they'd have brought me the wrong washer. Because then I'd have laughed my ass off when they had to haul it back out and bring another one in. But had I not been paying attention, that would have happened. And there would have been a good possibility that washer could have sat there a couple of days until I was ready to use it. Because maybe I wasn't going to be in a hurry to read the instructions. You know, put it there, I'll get to it later. Yeah. But I caught it as it was coming in the door. I was like, Whirlpool? And then the guy, whoops. I wonder how many whoopses they had today. Yeah, whoops. I couldn't believe it. I ordered an LG. Whoops. I tend to think they're not getting a lot of applicants. So they're just taking what they got. You know, oh, you breathe on a regular basis and you have a pulse. Okay, you're our delivery guy. Nobody cares. No, they were in a big goddamn hurry to get caught up because they were running behind. Well, whose fault is that? Did you, like, stop at McDonald's for breakfast before you started to deliver? I'm sure the warehouse had everything lined up ready to load on that truck. There's a possibility that truck was already loaded. You walk in, they tell you, here's your paperwork, go. You're all of a sudden you're in a big hurry. Thank God I caught it before it went in the house. Yeah, I wasn't really even paying attention. I just happened to glance. I would like, Whirlpool? I said, whoops. Yeah, whoops. I don't know how many times I've gotten packages that were dropped by an independent delivery company or Amazon, not even close to my address or my name. I got one day, I was like, Jesus Christ, that guy lives like 20 houses from here. The address ain't even close. He delivered it to me. So I called the delivery company. I said, you misdelivered a package here. Well, sir, could you deliver it for us? No. Are you going to pay me? Well, no. Well, I'm not delivering your package. Come get it. You're the one that dropped it at the wrong house, asshole. Unbelievable. Just utterly unbelievable. Nobody cares. Nobody has pride in workmanship anymore. That was evident by the kid that was stocking the other day when I went to Dollar Tree. He was just tossing the shit. I'm like, what happened to the days of nice straight lines, stand back, you know? I worked for a food broker for a couple of years. We did resets, which people just love. Because, when you walk in the grocery store, soup is in aisle 5. Well, when we get done, it's in aisle 12. So people would hate us. But I remember me and 2 other guys, we did a 40-foot aisle of cereal. And it was gorgeous when we got done. It didn't take 10 minutes, and it was all fucked up. People will grab a box and go, oh, I really don't think I want this. And, it's Frosted Flakes, and they'll stick it, Corn Pops. It don't go there. It goes over here. Frosted Flakes. Over here is Corn Pops. The box don't belong there. It belongs over here. The other day, I went up to my usual shopping store. It's a combination store. It's got everything. Groceries, dry goods, you name it. I'm going down the aisle, and out of the corner of my eye, I spot a pack of bacon in the canned goods aisle. So I put the bacon in my cart, and then I later on walked over and put the bacon in the cooler with the bacon. I needed ginger ale. Seagram's. I love Seagram's ginger ale. I'm walking through the pop aisle. Here's a dozen eggs. Now, at the price of eggs, we don't want these babies to spoil. So what do? Before I get my ginger ale, I walked the carton of eggs back to the egg case. Then I get to the cash register. And the racks with all the shit at the cash register. Here's a gallon of milk sitting in the magazine rack. So I pulled a gallon of milk out and I said to the cashier, somebody left this at the end of the... People are fucking lazy. I think I'm the only one that goes around and picks up after people and puts stuff in the right place. It aggravates the fuck out of me to see items, especially perishable, where they don't belong. Like the bacon in the canned goods aisle. You mean to tell me you were that lazy you couldn't spend 2 minutes, walk back to the cooler and put the bacon back? No. If you can't afford it, why did you take it in the first place? And what it is people will be like, oh shit, I need a bag of flour. I really don't need that bacon. don't you stop and think before you go shopping? Like me, I make a list. I know that list is what I need. I've already totaled it out. Well, somewhat. God, every time you go in the store, the prices change, but I've already totaled it out. If I've got some extra money to spend, I'll get something else. But I just don't walk through the store and go, oh, bacon, cheese, eggs, milk. Then I, like, oh, shit. What did I take that bacon for? And then, over the summer, I'm in the grocery store. This was gigantic Eaglet, the supermarket I hate going in, but I needed stuff from there. And I'm walking down the aisle, and here's a bag of potato chips, open. What does Grumpy do? I put it in my cart, because I'm going to give it to the manager. Say, hey, I get a little farther down the aisle. Here's cheese puffs. Open. Put it in the cart. I get to the end of the aisle. Here's a bag of pretzels. Open. As I go around the corner to the next aisle, here's a woman with 4 kids who are helping themselves to what other items they want. And then they eat a little bit, and mom has got blinders on. I don't know how she didn't see this shit. So every time the kids put something down, I picked it up and I put it in my cart. And then I followed her to checkout. And I made sure I got behind her. So it's coming down to the end of the belt, the end of her items, and I put all this open stuff. And I says to the cashier, this is hers. And the woman's like, no, I didn't buy it. I said, your little darling kitties were sampling all the goodies here. These open bags are what I picked up that following you guys down through the market. Oh, she was pissed. Oh. She got so pissed, she called the manager over. You think the manager was going to say, that's... He said, your kids opened it, you buy it. She had cookies, chips, pretzels, Cheetos. Yeah, I just put it all on the end of the belt and said, this is all hers. How many times does that shit go on in the store and people don't pay attention? I do. Because all that shit, if it doesn't get purchased, like with darling mommy there, goes in the garbage. Stores refer to this as shrinkage. That shrinkage makes your prices go up. Prices are too fucking high the way it is. Let alone this kind of shit that goes on. And I see it all the time. One day at Family Dollar, there's girls with perfume. Open a box. Oh, I don't like the way this smells. Open another box. Oh, I don't like that. Those atomizers don't say, here, try a spray. No. The box is closed for a reason. Yeah, spray. Oh, I don't. So I tell the manager. All he did was yell at him. I'd have made him buy the shit. I know, Grumpy, you're an asshole. But you know, a bag of chips that back in the day was like 79 cents is $3. I'm going to let that go? No, because I don't want to come in next week and it be $3.50. God, I can't even enjoy potato chips anymore. Don't get me started. Although I'm pretty wound up the way it is. And I like how all the manufacturers have slowly made things smaller. Like ice cream cartons. They used to be big. Now they're like, eh. And the one that gets me, good old Friskies. A bag of dry cat food used to be 5 pounds. Now, that same bag, the same bag is 3.1 pounds, 3.15 pounds. They just put an extra fold in the top when they glue the bag. But if you open it up, it's the same 5-pound bag. They just only put 3.15 pounds in it now. Yeah, every time I have to buy dry cat food, I tell whoever's in the aisle, back in the day, this was 5 pounds. And then people look at you like, really? Yes. I've been buying Friskies for a long time. And Klondike bars. Back in the day, they were twice the size. 2 Klondike bars today make what 1 Klondike bar was back in the 70s and 80s. That's how far it's shrunk. But did the price shrink? Oh, no. I got a coupon. It was like for $2 off. Because I don't normally buy, I was like, oh boy, $2 off a pack of Klondike bars. So I get home. And after dinner, I'm like, I think I'll have a Klondike bar. And I opened it up and I said, what the fuck, did this thing melt? And I looked at, and they're all. So I opened the second one. And I put it on top the first one. And I said, now that is a Klondike bar I remember. Not this little dipshit thing. They're about this. They used to be. I'll show you what a Klondike bar used to be. It's Grumpy used to eat them. Klondike bars used to be that thick. Now they're this thick. Take it from somebody that knows. Yeah, I was shocked. I said, the next time you send me a coupon, it better be for $4 off, not $2. The only thing that stayed the same size over the years is my 100 cigarettes. They're still hundreds. I actually measured once. Yeah, it's the only thing that hasn't shrunk. Food items, and boxes of cereal. Oh, God, I don't know how a household with kids can afford to buy multiple boxes of cereal. I was shocked at the prices. Now, I don't buy cereal. I'll buy every now and then shredded wheat. I like the old shredded wheat, the block. And Post grape nuts. I love Post grape nuts. Everybody's like, how the hell do you eat them? You put them in the bowl, pour milk on, they're crunchy as hell. No, you let them absorb the milk. Then you eat them. But yeah, for a box back in the day that I was paying like $1.15 for, it's like $3.85. Can't afford to eat a box of cereal anymore. Can't afford bread and peanut butter and jelly either. That used to be a mileage meal. Kids would come home from school. Mom, I want a snack. Oh, okay, here, peanut butter jelly. There you go. Fill you up. You'd be good. Now you can't. You got to take a loan out to buy a jar of peanut butter. You go to the peanut butter aisle and there's a finance man sitting there. How many you want? 2 jars? No, just 1, please. Thank you. And same thing. I used to make a couple of grilled cheese and have a bowl of tomato soup. That was a cheap meal. Not no more. That's like a gourmet dinner today. By the time you buy the bread and get real cheese, not this processed crap. I want real cheese. Real cheese. $6.99 a pound. Can I have 2 slices, please? Yeah, I want real. Same thing. I want real butter. If I couldn't believe it the other day. Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes is everywhere, I think. A pound of Land O'Lakes butter. $6.95. Generic. $3.88. What do you think Grumpy bought? I don't buy name brand labels anymore. Now, on some items, like generic canned goods, first of all, like we'll say green beans, they're not grade A. The ones that like Del Monte reject are bought by a company that's canning generic. It's crappy beans and not as much because the can has got more water in it. I tested once. I took a can of Del Monte and a can of generic, and it was shocking when I looked in the measuring cup and went, holy shit. And then the generic canning company, they don't really care how they process the green beans. I got some, what the hell's Walmart's? Something value. True value, good value. I open the can, and there's stems on the end of the green bean. Stems. Stems don't eat well. They're hard to chew. Yeah, the end of the green bean, there was pieces of stems. Well, they consider that weight in the can. Put in 30 stems, that's that much less real green bean that you have to put in the can. Oh, some generic, oh God. Especially if you buy the generic canned goods at like Dollar General or, El Crapo Deluxe. Even the Walmart is, what is Walmart? Great value? I think it's great value. It ain't a great value, believe me. I don't know, maybe it's me. Maybe I look closer at food items today more than I did back in the day. But great value is not a great value. Oh yeah, I opened a can and the green beans, some of the end of the green beans had stems still on them. I couldn't believe it. I was like, but that's, buy generic, get generic. Take a can of kernel corn, Del Monte, Fresh Like, I can't remember all the name brands, and pour it in a measuring cup, and then get a can of generic and pour them in a measuring cup, and take a look. The Fresh Like and the Del Monte are beautiful golden yellow. The generic is like, ee. And you got more corn in the Del Monte than you do in the generic. If you don't believe me, test it sometime. Get a can of whole kernel corn, name brand, and buy a can of generic. And then pour them both in a measuring cup. And see how much water is in the generic, how much less corn is in the generic, and what the corn looks like. I've done it. Just to make a point. And then I mix the two together. But try it sometime. Kernel corn is the big giveaway. And the green beans. Because Great Value had stems on the end of the green beans. I mean, not a big, but enough to be irritating. Like, gee. Yeah. Generic is not really a value. Now, if you got a family, or if you're making green bean casserole, by the time you get all the shit in the casserole, nobody will notice a couple of stems, But, and then, remember, if you paid attention, you had the single serving cans I used to call them the senior citizen cans. It was just enough for one serving for one person. The little cans, about the size of. The cans were just a little bit bigger than tomato paste. You hardly see them anymore. Everybody's like, single serving cans? You're that old? Yes. Now, see, I wouldn't know. Because I don't buy cherry pie filling. But I'll tell you what. The last time I did, and it was generic, some of the cherries still had pits in them. I can't remember what I made, like an ambrosia or something. I needed cherry pie filling and whipped cream and a bunch of shit. I can't remember what it was I made. And I'm eating away. Oh, fuck. Yeah, cherry pit. Yeah, generic. I very rarely buy canned goods. But when I do, I'll spend the money for name brand because I want to get my money's worth. Boy, did we go all over the place today. Jeez. Well, at least it makes the show interesting. Start out talking about chemo, then we're bitching about the FedEx man, and we're on generic groceries. Well, we got the Gripe all. It did say Grumpy Gripe, so we worked that in. The price of what's outrageous? Regular canned goods? Name brand? Yeah. But you're getting your money's worth, too. Do you want grade B, C, or D corn? Do you want green beans with stems? Not me. But see, I don't buy that stuff that much, so. Same thing if you get generic spaghetti sauce. Now, if you get a good name brand, it's nice and thick and rich. And if you get like Prego, you have to put tomato paste in to thicken the fucking Prego so it sticks on the spaghetti. Back in the day, I used to make my own spaghetti sauce from scratch. And I would put everything in it. Italian sausage, meatballs, spare ribs. Oh, when you're making sauce, throw in some spare ribs. Oh my God, does it give you a good flavor. Not to mention the spare ribs are to die for, but yeah. Everybody look at me like, you put spare ribs in spaghetti sauce? Well, yeah. Ask some real Italian grandmas. They would put spare ribs. Well, yeah, the single-serve cans are a little pricey, but you don't see that many. There's a lot of times I don't want that much, but I'll end up eating it. It's just me. I'm weird. Although tonight I'm having shrimp and lobster egg rolls. My whole dinner, shrimp and lobster egg rolls. I got the old air fryer out. Oh. Now, I bought a 3-in-1 microwave. Okay? It's a microwave, it's a convection oven, and it's an air fryer. I still haven't figured out how to air fry in it. So I went up in the cupboard and down come the air fryer. I was like, well, it ain't ready to put that in. Not ready to retire that yet. I guess I really need to read the instruction book. But I needed a new microwave. And this one caught my eye. I was like, oh, 3-in-1. I never heard of a 3-in-1. So I bought it. Not to mention it was $75 off. Online. You can't read this. I'll read it. And you can believe me. There's my receipt from the homeless depot. LG 4.1 cubic inch washer. $8.28. Online instant value savings. $301. $301 for buying online. If I would have bought that fucker in the store, it would have been $800. I tell everybody, check online. Not to mention, I almost got the wrong machine, but I have noticed, like with my chair, if I would have bought it in the store, $169, $109 online, and comfy, with a back massager. But yeah, unless it's something you need right now. Although if you buy a washer in the store, you still got to wait for delivery unless, somebody with a pickup truck, take with. But a lot of times they don't have the son of a bitch in the store. I search online for everything because I can't afford to buy it in the store. I can wait for delivery unless it's something I need like right now. But a lot of times you ain't going to get it right now. And speaking of right now, I think it's time for the outro. If the tablet cooperates. Well, it went right to the A to Z music selection, so that's good. It cooperated. Now, if my clicker will cooperate, where's my clicker? We know where. Right there. WDWL TV. And I'm getting better at the 7 o'clock. I think I nailed it tonight. It was strange not seeing Nomad in the chat. I told him about the neon. He went in and watched. He didn't comment though, but I like the way the neon boxes are. Looks cool. And with that, I appreciate everybody being here. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And take a little extra NyQuil so you're feeling better. And we will be here again to meet tomorrow night.